Hello, beautiful souls. Thank you for joining me here today on the Heart of the Soul podcast. My name is Amana, and I'm so happy that you're here. This is a space where we explore what it means to be wild women walking upon this earth. We connect through the ancient ritual of story sharing about that which is often unseen and unspoken. It is my hope that soaking in these stories may inspire you to uncover your own innate knowing and center you into a more embodied, alive version of your beautiful, unique self. Today is Tuesday, November 18th, 2025. Our moon is currently waning towards a new moon in Scorpio tomorrow, which is also the lunar Samhain. Today, I have my beloved soul sister here, Kassandra, sitting next to me in the flesh. We have known each other for about a decade. And although we don't see each other super often, I've felt this cosmic connection to you from when we first met. And I'm just delighted to be here with you and about how this came about, because I know that I was thinking about you and you sharing your stories here on the podcast, and had sort of like spoken it out into the universe and the cosmos. And then a little while later, this certain day felt a ping to send you a voice message and ask you, invite you. And your response was that, oh my gosh, I just spoke it out loud a few days ago. So I love how we are so divinely connected and we don't need these little devices to communicate. And yeah, thank you so much for opening up your beautiful space for us to have this dialogue. And please, introduce yourself a little more fully for those listening that don't know you. And I would love to dive into your birth stories and where your motherhood journey begins.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here, and I've been watching your videos. I love just the authenticity that you have to be able to bring women together and share the amazing strength and ease that we can have with our labor and with our children and being motherhood. And I am new into being a mother. My youngest is 5, but it hasn't been, I don't have a lot of friends with kids. And so I've been watching your podcast, and I felt the knowing that we would connect. And I'm excited to be here. I'm Kassandra, though, and I have a 5-year-old and a 19-month-old. And I'm in Spokane, and I love my children. I love being a mom, and I love that I get to be a part of a podcast that gets to highlight that of our amazing gifts we have. So,
Beautiful. And you're also a yoga instructor, and among many other talents that you have.
Yes, I love to care for the whole mind, body, and soul. So I really have a deep caring for addressing what each individual body needs at that time of their life, and whether it's from movement or from breath or from working with the mind or detoxing from the mind or the body or whatever that may look like. So yoga and health and digestion and just health and wellness.
Beautiful. Yeah, and I've loved our exchange of herbs and plant medicine over the years. And yes, our daughters, and I remember seeing you with your swollen womb, and as you prepared for that threshold. I'm curious for you, did you always know you wanted to be a mom? Did she come through unexpectedly?
Oh, interesting how that question made me feel emotion. Interesting. No, I never wanted to be a mom. I am the oldest I have 4 younger sisters, and the next one is 13 years younger than me. So I was a mom since I was 13 years old for my 4 little sisters. And I think with that back then came with a whole bunch of judgment of people thinking that those kids were mine, and and me just being like, I don't ever want to have kids. And I think I spoke it, and I thought I was done with it. And so at 32, getting pregnant, I just trust God so much and source that I was like, okay, I'm having a baby. And no, I hadn't ever thought that. I didn't, never tried, never thought. It just happened.
Yes. And what stories were you told? What do you know about your own birth from your mother?
Oh, geez. My mom had all of her babies in the hospital where we were not breastfed. We were not breastfed. We were crib. We were in the crib. Yeah, I had a lot of fear in my body that if I had a baby, my life was ruined and my body was ruined. And I think maybe my mom having 5 kids was a lot for her, so she never really was. When I was younger, it was never really an exciting thing. It was a lot of chaos. So I wasn't. Yeah, my mom. Yeah, we all have emotional things we need to go through, but I'm not sure if my mom. I think 5 kids for anyone would be a lot. So yeah, my mom. Still, yeah, at such a young age. So I think when you don't get to work on yourself first, and you have kids, then the kids feel a lack of what maybe they could have had as well. And so I wasn't desiring to be that very much so. And then God was like, no, and you're going to have the kid because you're going to heal that of what a mother gets to be and is. And I didn't have any idea that that was to come.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I've done a lot of education and marathons and all types of really hard things in my life. And I thought like the most lessons you could learn were doing all that kind of stuff. And then you have your kid and you're like, oh my gosh, the amount of, it's not even, it's external, like the self reflection that it gives you to be able to work with yourself is the true fast track of inner work. Yeah. And so I was like, oh, and I'm an athlete. So when I realized that's what it was, I was like, oh, I'm here now. I'm going to be a mom now. And I fully embody this. And it was new to me. And though it healed me along the way. I held my babies and got to give them love that I never had. And so, yeah.
So when you found out that you had blood growing in your womb, and you were, it sounds like, fully open to accepting this life, although unexpected. What happened next for you?
I don't think I really understood what was happening. I think that being tough, I think, through the pregnancy and not having a reflection around me that what my mother was doing during pregnancy, that I just was living my everyday normal life still. And I was trying to act like the pregnancy wasn't affecting me, and I didn't have the space of reflection to know that I was supposed to be really sitting with that. I didn't know that yet. So I was just trying to continue life. And then it was really in the birthing that it came to me. That this was not something I have ever known or experienced. And it was, I call it an awakening, and a huge, just a depth of awareness for men and women. And I don't know if we're ready for that, that or not. But
I mean, it's a complete transformation, right? When we go from maiden to mother, this whole rite of passage journey. And when you started planning for her birth, what did you think? What did the women around you, what did you know of birth? And what did you choose for yourself and for her?
Thank you. I was told to go to a hospital, and I was 2020, so it was right when the pandemic happened, and so I was highly suggested to get this vaccine, and everyone in my family really highly suggested that I would go to a hospital. And so the outer world was telling me the same thing. most people, I mean, the whole percentage, I want to say everybody, a very small percentage was telling me different, but most of the percentage was saying, oh, what hospital are you going to? Who's your doctor? Those basic questions, what, are you going to do shots, or I don't know, just questions about vaccines, and yeah, I didn't have any of that. Like nothing in my body felt like I wanted to do that. And I also haven't been to the doctor at this point in 8 years. So when you tell me I'm going to go to a doctor's office, there's nothing about me that wanted to go there. And
right. So you're receiving all this input from people that this is what you should be doing. And yet something inside you,
I think, something inside of me, and maybe a little ego. I don't know. I think the ego of me was like, oh, you're meant to do this. You don't need to research any of it. And so I didn't, which maybe was okay because it doesn't allow fear or anything to come in my mind. And maybe I could have educated myself a little bit because I didn't realize what I was really about to do. Holy crap. I wasn't ready for that.
You had never witnessed?
No. And I thought that, like, I'm an athlete, it'll just come naturally. But then, like, it came, and I was like, are we going to the hospital? Like, fear came over my body. I tensed up, and I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't ready for just that simple awareness of, like, a huge amount of energy is coming through.
It's gonna feel big. Most women sometimes feel like they're going to die.
That's what flashed in my head is, like, at least I got a room ready, because I'm dying. I'm gonna die right now. I thought I was dying. Well, and the midwife didn't have much awareness. She had me on my back. I had no awareness of my body. And I didn't realize that maybe is why a doula is there. I thought that like a midwife was that. And now I'm realizing maybe that's what a doula is more of like the mother coach. And I'm not too sure, but I didn't feel any support.
It depends on the midwife, I would say. Every midwife is not the same.
Right. And it's same with teachers. Not every teacher's right. I understand that. And she did a really good job of making sure the baby came out. And her ability to read my body and have a support there, I think is the most important thing, is just to have someone there that knows you and is aware of when tension takes over your body to help you calm back into that. But
anyways. So you prepared a space for your birth?
Yeah.
Chose life.
It came very natural in my body to want to clean and prepare. And, towards the end, the whole pregnancy, I was getting the house ready. And, I got a midwife and was doing my best there. And we had planned to have a pool. And she said that she would blow it up beforehand. And anyways, I think pain tolerance, and I didn't realize she was coming so fast. We didn't get the pool set up, so my water broke and she came out very quickly after. So I did my best to be prepared for everything, and it got to be the beautiful experience that it was.
Labor began naturally.
Yes. I thought I had ate some really spicy. I like spicy food. I had some peppers on my pizza the night before, and I just thought because I had pizza and peppers, my belly hurt and I needed to go poop. And so I thought I needed to poop. And then my water broke. And so she made it over, and and it was, again, I know now because I've had a second labor, or a second pregnancy, that I did let fear come in that first time. And
into the driver's seat.
Right. I wasn't able to stay. I wasn't staying with my breath. I didn't have my tools of just trust and breath and ease, and I was being told to push, and my body wasn't ready. So I wasn't able to know that I could listen to my body, and that I was in control of the space, and I felt like I was supposed to let someone else have control. And that was something I got to learn through it. So in that end, I think I overexerted myself. Pushing
before it really
until you really feel it in your body, and it's like just like
it's undeniable.
It's in between your legs, like like you can tell when it's dropped it down. You can feel it, and knowing our body so well, like it was literally like, oh, like when you need to poop, you'll go to the toilet. Like when the baby's ready to come out.
It's so similar. We don't have to teach babies how to poop.
No,
we don't need to teach moms how to know when to push, because they will know.
So in that pushing against probably a time I wasn't supposed to push. Then fear took over my body, and then I'm tired, and then I have to end up being in a position I don't want to be. And anyway, so I did it, and it was beautiful after. And then once she came through, it was just this huge energy of I have it in my journal that I felt like her space pod like came through, and all of a sudden that energy of that other realm or whatever just comes through, and you just feel it. And it just shifts right away from whatever it was. It transmutes to this just birth of light. And I referenced it for so long. I felt we are alien. It is just very. I thought before I had a kid that men and women were the same, and like I've always treated my mom the same as my dad, and I had a baby, and I could have fallen onto my knees and bowed to every woman on this earth, of just realizing that we are so much different than the man, and it's nothing wrong with that. It's just this beauty, and it was also this this deep realization that when the baby came out, and like, you know how they can't see, and they can just tell it's mom though, and they're there, right? They're there. And this lasts for, a while. You know, they sleep with you, they want to be on your side, and they don't even open their eyes. It's just like this, whatever, you can see that they are literally still connected to you, even when you disconnect them, that they're like right there. And then in that realization, did I start to heal that of what I came from. My mom never touched me on her skin, and she never breastfed me. And then I had this realization. I was like, oh my gosh, if we weren't breastfed, do we know safety? Because right when we come out of this place that we felt safe, that we're being pulled out of our safety, and the only safety we have is mom. And we grew up in this generation where it said crib and battle fed, and we didn't feel that which all we needed is that for just a little bit. It's not even that long. Yeah, the grand scheme of life, it's like, oh, but it's just like, and they say that, and it's just like, if you build the trust, if the safety's there, then the plant can grow. And if you keep shaking up that root system and it doesn't build its roots to feel safe, it doesn't grow. So it's just this realization too of like, oh, men are not the same as women. Because I also just had this realization that like we have this attached to us, like it's in us. I don't want to say that men don't have it, but there's something that came over me that was like, do we have an access to this energy that men might not have access to? And the way that the men had access to it was through their mother. And if they didn't have it through their mother, they might not have access to it unless they have it through a partner to enliven and give it its. So then it was just, this realization. I was like, oh man, I thought that men and women are the same, and I'm kind of wondering if women are supposed to be loved to help everyone heal. Yes. It might be part of our job, and it's a beautiful gift. That we have this gift of feeling this and knowing this, and also the surrendering to saying, okay, we get to be that love, and through being that love, can everyone else heal? Can we all grow? Can we all heal? It's a weird, a beautiful realization that came through. Yeah, I'm glad you bring that up, and you're not the only one. And it's so true, the cultural narrative. I remember like as a kid hearing, men and women, boys and girls are the same, and men and women are the same. But toughen up. But we're just not. Our nervous systems aren't the same. Our biology is not the same. Our hormonal cycles are. That ability that we can read the child like that, how they just think, like we have this intuition and this emotional, intellectual ability to sense that, and men have a different, they have other gifts that are really important. It's so many things, but we're here with the women for now, and it's just like realizing that, and then if we get to be respected in that or seen in that, like how much more family and we can all be. Because of that we're attached to, and that we can know and live with really strongly. With no ego. We get to be this woman, this powerful woman that we are. Yes. Yes. That's cool.
Amazing. And have you heard of the concept of the way that there's a piece of us, the egg that we came from, lives within
our mom or grandma?
Yes, because our mothers inside our grandmother's womb hold all the eggs before we're even born. So there's this like physical piece of us that existed in our grandmother's womb.
Oh man, you know what I just saw too is this reversal of like we all hold the same energy. So that means like now that we are not the grandma, we're kind of becoming the grandmother. It's this reverse of us holding the mother and holding the grandmother.
Yes, and when we hold daughters in our womb, then we're holding the eggs that could someday become our grandbaby.
It's so beautiful. It's literally, is that what that little thing is that has the baby within the baby? Is that what that little doll is? You know that doll that has the probably
the mother line? I'm sure that's where it began.
Yeah. Oh, that is so cute. If that's what it is,
I'm sure. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, I'm sure it is. Okay, so you birthed your daughter, and then what about, had you thought about her placenta, and that you would then birth her placenta? Because that's something that a lot of women that are not around birth or with their first one, they might not even think about that.
Yeah, no, I didn't think about it, and I was just proud of myself for having the birth. So, and again, I had a space holder there at the time that I think was guiding me, and I was giving her trust that maybe I didn't have awareness because I didn't educate myself. She was also just didn't, there was no conversation about that. And so when I went to clean myself up, it was disposed of, and it's okay. And then when I had realized and asked where it was a couple of days later, it wasn't there. So it's okay.
Yeah.
And I got to let that go and breathe about it and pray about it and let that out of my body. And then my next birth, I got to do it. And again, I didn't have a knowing though. I didn't know what I wanted to do with the placenta. Before I went into that, I just knew that I thought I wanted to go with whatever came naturally and not labeling what I wanted. It didn't happen the way that it naturally maybe could have because I didn't realize there was this space holder there with other beliefs.
You know that some cultures refer to the placenta as the first mother.
Oh, beautiful.
Because placenta,
they hold it first, Yeah, after my second, I had an intuition to bury it, but I had not been told that. And so I didn't know, but I had my second right here, and I had kept it. I had it ready for the midwife, so I had a bowl ready that I wanted it to go in. That way there was no confusion.
Right.
So I was set up the second time with like where everything was going to go. And so when I go to bury it, as soon as my knees touched the earth in front of the hole, it came over my body again. And I had been there before. I had been there before. And I had felt it, and all these tears came over my body of gratitude, and I just simply it was the weirdest, most beautiful thing, because I just was listening, and God said, go bury it, but I didn't realize that was about to happen, and then I was like, oh my gosh, and I cried, and I put lavender and rose, and just wept, and put it in there, and I did. As soon as it was done, I felt complete. Wow. I just felt so complete, and I had to go inside and journal about it. And after I journaled about it, I had to look it up and saw that every other culture in the world, like some cultures believe that if you're supposed to, when you die, you get buried where your placenta is. I mean, like your portal back to spirit is through the placenta. And I was like, oh my gosh. So yes. Now experiencing that, what a beautiful ceremony that gets to close this event. It's so hidden and so beautiful and so just.
And the way the placenta looks with the tree of life
heart. Yes, I have a picture of it. It looks like a perfect heart. It was like, wow, how is it so?
The blood flow looks like there's branches.
Like almost also like your lung. It's just so,
yes. Yes. Can we go back to now your second daughter's?
Okay.
conception, or where you want to start that story?
Okay, yeah, my second daughter, again, was unexpected. I was not planning on having another kid, and then I get pregnant, and at this point, I'm a single mother, so I did not think that I'd be able to have another kid on my own. I didn't think I'd be able to make it or birth a baby or keep care of my house, and so in my mind, I was going to not have this baby. And so I didn't know what that looked like, but I go to this place that talks about it, and I walked right out. My energy in my body was like, no. It was just a no. And I listened to my body and I left. And so, yeah, so I end up raising my 3-year-old as I'm pregnant for 9 months with this baby. And I now know that I kind of am like ego because I'm mad about that first space holder, the midwife. I kind of learned about this. I might be a little angry about it, but I'm like, I don't need anyone there. Like, I know my body well enough now. I've gone through the situation. I mean, I teach body classes. I know my body. I've got this now. I'm aware that
have that experiential,
knowing, yes,
that impact you have.
Yeah, it's just like I don't need anyone, but then again, everyone's like, you need someone there, and yes, okay. So I planned on another midwife coming, and she did not make it. I called her the morning of. Again, I took my morning bowel movement and could tell that I still had cramping. So I told her, and anyways, I could tell she was coming, and the midwife was not here yet. So I called a neighbor, and they blew up the pool for me and got the pool set up. And then 2 minutes after the guy got out the door, my water broke. And as I stepped foot into that pool right here, and yeah, I was my 5-year-old, 3-year-old at that time was sitting right here. The pool was right there. My dog. And I'm breathing, and I'm also right during the contractions. I'm not breathing, I'm moaning and screaming. And during those contractions, my daughter would be like, "You're scaring me, Mom." And then during I'm not having, I'd look over and be like, "We got this. We practiced this. Mommy's got this. Tell Mommy to breathe." Like, I'd catch my breath for a minute and be a team player for a second with her. And
it's amazing how birth gives you those moments, though, right? There's where you can have that like calmness,
bring yourself back,
speak if you need to.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then I called my midwife as I was in the pool because I knew she was coming, and the midwife said she was 18 minutes away, and I said, "I'm gonna have her right now," and she says, "No, I can hear that you're pushing. Hold her in." And I know, and I rolled onto my back, and I went like this with my feet, and I sat like that for a minute, and my whole body goes, And I hung up the phone. I got back on my knees in the pool, and I took a deep breath, and the next fraction she came out.
Yeah.
And I was a little in shock. She was ready, and I was a little in shock because like the lady just said no. I'm still like listening to mind chatter that like you're not supposed to do this alone. But I was like, everything was fine. Yes. And I was holding her.
You weren't alone. I'm sure you had your ancestors.
Oh, daughter. I wasn't. And I did. I spoke it. I said, "Oh, I want to have this baby alone." And I think that God wanted me to have, I got to have the baby alone because God wanted me to remember the power that I am, because I'm raising 2 kids on my own.
Just envisioning you birthing.
It was really like letting me step up into the fullest woman of myself, and that I'll never step down from.
Yeah.
And I didn't know I was ready for it, but God was like, "Yeah, you got it."
Yes.
And afterwards I was like, "Oh, nobody's stopping me now." Like, there's no way. No way. Yeah, and it's just been abundant since. Like, it really is. It really is an awakening and a realization of,
you can't go back to sleep. You're awake.
No, I cry every day, and I don't. I just take that energy and use it and continue to remember I'm not ego of the amazing women that we are, and the ability we have to tap into what's right and what's real, what's authentic, and what's best for our families, our reality within arm's reach. Yeah. We have so much of that ability to do it, and there's so many of us that And the world suppressed us to being like, no, only a few of us or only some of us. No, it's all of us. And it's all of us. And it doesn't come through having the natural labor. And is that why so many people here go? I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like it's one path.
It is. It's one. Because you're right. There are so many other awakenings I had throughout my life. And though I didn't realize that we had every woman, most women have this availability to have this. And yeah, there's so many other ways because God reminds us that spirit, like we can come back to that awakening of remembering who we are through anything that is of whole. You know, anything of the earth that is whole and vibrating, anything of love, anything of nature, music. There are so many things that vibrate with the same energy that can bring us back to that remembering. And yeah, though I didn't know that motherhood was one of them because my line of women didn't experience it, and they also forgot who they were along the way, you know, and because they gave a lot of their energy to the baby, and without, I think, experiencing the birthing, that is how the energy gets exchanged.
Yeah. When there's a disconnect in birth,
you know, yeah, you're gonna feel what you fought for. You fought for this. This is yours. This is the only thing in life we get to call ours. There's nothing else in this world that we have rightfully. This is yours.
yeah.
This is yours.
Yeah. Okay, so you birthed her into the pool, and did you pull her out of the water? Did she breathe or cry right away? Did she take some time?
She was so soft and gentle, and she was there and present, and I just knew she was safe. And yeah, she came to life softly, and yeah, but she was, I don't know, she was light, not lifeless. Yeah, but we were both very calm and very just like. And then yeah, she came to full like breath and maybe a little cry within 15, maybe 5. I don't remember.
It's okay.
I just held her.
It's like time is like so liminal, and also I feel like it sort of feels like molasses. So it's like the time stretches, and it's this whole portal.
Yeah, how long was I still in that water? I don't know. I don't know. I was just surprised that it was so clean and like so beautiful and everything.
And your older daughter, how did she feel once her baby sister was here?
Yeah, I was just for her to see that.
Yeah.
And also most people were like, don't have your daughter there.
People said that too. But my son was 3 when I birthed my daughter, Charlotte, and he was right there, and and it's so sweet. He talks to people randomly about birth and talks about how he was born in our bathtub at home, and like asks other people about birth. And when I go to see other births, he's asking if I can come with.
And the awareness they have for women because they saw their moms go through this and the hard work the mom went through, that they have like my daughter has a tenderness now of my belly and of when I'm in pain, or it's just she did amazing. Yeah, thinking back about that and how people were so fearful of that, and really thinking about it now, and what is the fear around it? Is it the vagina, seeing the vagina, or the mom, is it the fear of something going wrong? That's the fear. It's the fear of something going wrong. And then anyways, though, the amount of energy and pure source energy that it is in that space, you want your family there. You want everyone in your family right there.
Yes, and what an incredible imprint for her to have.
Yes. And now she wants to be a mom. And see, that's probably why I never wanted to be a mom growing up, because I didn't see my mom do it. And now she's already like, just mom everything. So, yeah.
Beautiful. And did her placenta come before the midwife arrived? Do you remember?
Oh, yeah. No, it was still in me. No, I got to rebirth that placenta after. And so, I was still in the pool. And then I got out and birthed the placenta, and that's when I noticed the heart shape this time and had the bowl ready this time, and I was very much watching the midwife this time.
I am keeping and claiming this placenta.
I just wasn't. I knew now after. Anyways, I know now. And so I didn't keep the placenta connected I don't know, I had all these stories of people like talking about it staying connected for so long. My intuition, I don't know how long I was there, maybe a half an hour, maybe a little longer. But I was ready to get into my herbal bath, and yeah, I felt like that was enough, so I got into my herbal bath.
What herbs did you choose?
Oh yeah, lavender and rose and erga ursi, and what else did I put in there? Couldn't tell you. Shepherd's herbs, and yeah, just was really mindful about trying to get as much herbs as I could the second time. I think I did a little the first time, but I realized how much the bath was. That's what heals us.
Yes, our body and our vulva,
so and made my feels. I was my one supporter, so I really wanted to like nurture myself, and so the bath was kind of a ceremony for self of like, you did it, and you did it, and I definitely had a balance of what I wanted to go full out and do, and what I knew I could do because of being a single mom and planning to do this all. I just wanted to make sure I had energy for everything that I wanted to do. So it was easier flow. Yeah.
What were those early days in this second postpartum for you? Did you have community supporting, helping to nourish you, or was it more challenging?
Yeah, I luckily called one of my sisters and paid her to be with me for the 10 days after my labor. I knew I needed someone. It was hard thinking I had to pay because the lack of support or understanding, and it has nothing to do with them. They just don't know. And I know that's what we're building, is eventually community to be there for us. And so it was hard to pay, and then she was out the door after 10 days. And I think what I realized is, that first 10 days was important. But it's a lot longer than 10 days.
10 days is not enough.
And I had my 3-year-old, and it was the hardest thing I've ever been through in my life. Trying to, when your body's in pain, you have less energy for your external duties. And so I was less patient with my 3-year-old. I had less energy to cook. And it was really hard. And it was what God wanted me to go through to know that I can do it. And I trust that very much so. So now I feel like I got the juggling act in. And every time I get a thought that's like, you can't, oh no, you're getting tired. I'm like, no, you're not. And we're just gonna keep, and that's why I keep myself surrounded by stillness and good food and keeping health of my body, because I wouldn't be able to breathe and keep it all of juggle.
Did nursing come easily for you for both of your daughters, or tell me a little bit about that?
Yes. The first one, I wasn't prepared for the milk to drop like it did, and I wasn't prepared for her to not want to eat. And so they filled up like watermelons, and I was in excruciating pain, and I wasn't prepared for that. So first one, I got a pump, and then I realized pumping was going to make them fill up more. And so I was like, but everyone's suggestions I was following. So eventually I tried pumping, realized I didn't have to pump, so I could regulate. And then I stopped that, and the breastfeeding became easy. And I think, just
found your flow.
And staying healthy and mindful about what I eat and breathe and how I open my chest and move my body. I mean, a lot of our milk supply comes from our back and our shoulder girdles and over in our chest. So I think just the body awareness I had, they just are so, it's so productive. So much milk. So I blessed that God allowed me to have my food right here, so I didn't have to juggle even more. Thank goodness, because I don't know.
I know what a gift it is that we can nourish our babies with our bodies.
Anywhere we go. You don't have to pack a lunch, just get on. It's so good.
It is so good.
So good. Like, we don't have to. I was so convinced that we're going to have a diaper bag and all of these things. And I realized you don't need any of the things. You really don't. Like, you don't need any of it. You can leave with yourself and your wrap to throw your baby on.
I know I had one of my friends recently ask me, she's throwing a blessing away for a friend of hers, and she was asking me, like, I'd like to get her a gift. Like, what should I get her? I was like, you should, gift her the gift of like nourishment, like food or body work or something postpartum. You don't need more things.
No.
Like, babies really just
No.
don't really need anything. The mom needs the care more so that she can care for her baby.
And how interesting is that though? Because I had a blessing way, and I had heard of this, I've seen it, and so I'm like, I'm gonna have this for the mother, and I knew that I needed this little bit of before I'm about to do this.
Yeah.
And I heard some people say how selfish that you would get something for the baby. And I realized though this that the world, we are so convinced this is for the baby, and we have again no realization that this little boost up party before you have the baby is for the mom.
Yes.
Okay, and postpartum, I did not care what onesie that someone got me or what change of socks I had. It was the food or the oil that I put on my nipple or something to take care of my body or my nourishment that I remembered someone getting me.
Yeah.
That I was like, oh my God, that person really does know how to love themselves because they brought me something to take care of myself. Like a baby can be naked.
Yes.
In a swaddle. Get the moms diapers.
Yes. Yes.
Get her some wool wrap diapers.
Yeah, it's very backwards.
You're changing it, and that's why I'm excited to be here because the more women, you're building this community, this awareness. I mean, I haven't watched too many podcasts, but that's what we're doing, right? That's what you're doing.
Yes, through these stories, it's one of the best ways that I learn and that many people learn. It's so
and feel comfortable then, that we're not alone. Yes. You're not alone, and when you do get pregnant and you go out there to search the information, you're gonna feel alone. And when you feel into other women who have done it.
Yes, especially when you're doing something different than what like the majority of people do. It can feel like, well, is this okay?
Yeah, am I doing it wrong?
Even, like my daughter I had without a midwife there. People are like, is that legal?
Yeah.
Are you breaking the law? It's like, no, I'm not. It's just birth. Like, and if we don't leave our homes, it will happen. Some people
accidentally let it happen.
Yes, sometimes it happens in the car on the way to the hospital. Like, yes,
I could tell you that if you'd like me to. So fun.
Yeah. Yes. Cool. Is there anything else you want to share about motherhood and matrescence, your journey from maiden into mother? Something that you've already spoken to things you didn't know that then motherhood taught you.
Yeah, I think that, the strong just realization of, the strength, the ease that is of it, the strength that comes from it. And I think that I used to hold those conversations a lot, and I used to hold them with people like, you don't need to have kids, and I don't want to have kids. And I think that what we speak is what we manifest. And I think I allowed those conversations to happen so often because I didn't have the respect or the knowledge of really what a mother or having a baby was. And now that I do, it feels like I definitely would never not put that opinion in, and they're all opinions. It's all our choice. And though I think that it's something I will always continue to express now of the beauty and the deep self-discovery that comes from choosing to be a mom and choosing to put your kids first, and that just an encouragement. And hopefully that this podcast, I don't know if that's the meaning of it, but I hope that it brings women who, if they have any fear or any doubt of being a mother, or if they can, then I think it first takes how we speak about it, and how we empower the way we speak about our mothers and about birth, and this is it, and being around more of this energy of these women who have experienced it and remembered it, so that maybe that memory or that remembrance can come back to you. And even if that is through having a baby or just simply loving the mother or healing something of the mother in yourself, like there's so much that birthing and being a mother does for all of us, whether it's your kid or not. the ability for us to sit in the depths of every one of those spaces, whether it's having the birth or the pregnancy or raising the kid, step into one of those, and the amount that we can learn and grow from it is, I don't know who wouldn't want to step into that growth themselves, because it's like it's a free gift from the earth, and a lot of other lessons are a lot different, look a lot different, and what a beauty of blessing and gifts it just all is. So just empowering women in this, and remembering that that we have all this within us, whether we do it or not. It's us, it's you. We are the mother, we are the woman, we get to be it whether we are it or not. To all the children, to all the mothers, to all the sisters, to all of our friends, like this is that we are. So that's the only thing I would I feel now that I didn't feel before, is a deep respect, like a bowing. And I'm not, it's not bowing, it is an earthing grounding in respect to just the beauty of the woman. The woman and the mother, and so honoring the magnificence and the magic. And the portals that we are tapped into. I just was visiting. I went with a couple of girlfriends to Hot Springs, and at the Airbnb we were staying in, the woman came to like check on us. So I was running the Airbnb, and my friend asked like, "Where are you from?" And she said, "The portal between my mother's legs." So great answer. It's so great, because it doesn't really matter where you're from, right? I'm from Spirit. I'm just like, so good. So I'm sure she could read us. That's why she actually. We would love that answer, and maybe not everyone would, but so good. It was so good. I know you enough to know that you're this multi-passionate human being that has, you have a yoga retreat coming up. You started a new business this last year, Cheeky Colonics, and I would love for you to share a little bit about the other magic that you bring to this world other than your daughter. Oh, right. Okay, well, I believe that I believe our pain is our purpose. And I believe that my purpose is to hold authentic space for others to remember who they are through their everyday lifestyle choices. So I felt like that was first through yoga and movement, right? Like we're all kind of suppressed in how we're holding ourselves and standing and how we look. And so movement can start to make that person come back to themselves. So I thought it was movement forever. So this is why I taught dance and yoga, and I realized it's different for everyone. So in the movement, I could help someone remember who they are. I could get the energy flowing, and yet sometimes there's still this there was this stagnation or this lack of energy flow that I could tap into with them. And so I switched, and I went to school for Ayurveda and nutrition, and so I really was like, it's about what they put in their mouth. So let's just work on what they're feeding themselves, the herbs and the medicine, and what they're putting on their body and in their body and their eyes, and which is also yoga. This is also still yoga. And what we put in our eyes, our ears, our mouth is all still mindfulness of who we are. So I was really focusing on that. I'm like, okay, people are too tired. I'll get to nutrition first. And once we get them feeling better through the food medicine, we could get them to move a little bit better, right? And so I was doing that, and this also helps a lot. And then I realized that there was still just something like, is it just living in the city? Is it it's chemtrails? We don't know. But and so I did. I went further, and I went to school for detox and really studying what glyphosate is, what man-made products they have put on and in this earth that we have then sponged into our body. And it's not able to come out. And so I finally, like, this light came on when I started to really work with taking out some unnatural things out of the body from these people I couldn't build energy with, right? These people I try to get to feel good, yoga, eat good, wasn't there, but I actually could pull some toxins out of their body in the light. And I was like, oh, God's too good. Of course it's that easy. of course it's that easy. You just have to get the stuff out. Stop feeding. It's not more. It's not more. It's not more. It's let go. Yeah. And then remember, and then take care of the body when the intuition comes back. But when we've stagnant, this energy has become stagnant, and then we're force feeding what we think is anyways. So then that's what took January of almost a year now.
Yeah.
That I started my detox business. And so Cheeky Colonics is really about getting the nutrition in to get the toxins out. So we need to prepare the body enough to soften and to build enough nourishment and strength to detox for me and to regenerate for me. So we work with a lot of whole vegan, plant-based regenerative farming, whole herbs to prep the body. And then I use reflexology and colon hydrotherapy, which is a irrigation system that's going to go in and softly put in the cleanest water into your body. And I'm going to actually use reflexology to push it out of your body. So a lot of colonics are just about hydration. And the system that I put together and the protocol system is really about getting the whole body to kind of jumpstart again. If we build with plaque or toxins or mucus, all of our muscles get weak. And so through reflexology and all of this whole life that God prepares for us, all this life force in our foods and our waters, your body can kind of come back. The spirit can flow effortlessly again through the body, and it takes from the root first. So once we get this flowing here, then all of a sudden people, once they got the literal crap out, remember who they are, and they want to move their body. Yeah. They want to eat good. They want to speak good. They everything makes
well,
so
and
much
it's connected, sense. Right? From our mouth to our anus is like it's connected.
Everything.
Yes.
Everything is in this space too. And so I hold space for all of those whatever you need. Everybody's on different stair steps of what they need, and some people may be ready to move their body. Maybe some people need to get some toxins out. Some people maybe need to readdress what they're eating, and maybe it's one of them, maybe it's all of them. I offer full coaching programs. I have people stay with me for 30 days from out of the states, and they get to see 3 meals a day of what we eat and how we think and how we speak. And then I have retreat. I have a retreat at the end of February. So if you want to embody kind of all of it and really just get a glimpse of all of the different lifestyle tools that you could embody or bring in, or maybe you let go of some and bring in some. And it's a 7-day retreat of just yogic lifestyle practices to come back to yourself. Beautiful. And a beautiful island off the coast of Tokyo. So it's a little island that is next to Tokyo, but it's in the United States. It's just beautiful. And just reflection of nature to help you also remember the light and beauty you are.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Can we give people a little timeline, if you don't mind sharing how many years you've gathered now and sort of when your journey with yoga began, to help them understand the breadth of knowledge and practice that you have?
Yeah. It's a lot of work. I started teaching body movement classes when I was 16 years old. So I've been working with holding space for movement
and teaching
since I was 18 years old.
Wow.
And that was a lot then was about looking pretty, right? And then I actually wanted to make people feel good. And so it's led from external body down to really in depth. And so then I taught fitness classes and Pilates, and then it moved to yoga. And then it's really been an internal journey of digestion and the health of what goes in our body and on our body. It's been a long, and now I'm 36 years old. So yeah. So wow. It's been a long time. Wow. It's been 20 years. Yes. And I've been working for an international yoga company for traveling out of the country and in these immersions and that's really what helped my growth too, is I would go stay out of the country off the grid and get to practice them myself. So it was a lot of practices to make habits, and then that habit became my lifestyle. But it was a lot of practices before it then became the lifestyle I now am so grateful for and practice daily to continue to have. And And that's the beauty of yoga, is it's this big system of all these different ways to take care of your mind, body, soul through breath and food. And, it's not just stretching your body. And when we can know that, taking care of your home is yoga, and taking care of your kids is yoga, having a baby is yoga, being intentional with anything you do is yoga. Practice. It is the practice of really just being grateful for everything that we're blessed to get to do. And through that gratitude comes abundance, and then it's just this way.
I've been really like, the other day I found myself in this story of like, oh, now I'm doing more dishes and having a little bit of a grumpy spirit about it.
You caught yourself?
And then I caught myself and I was like, oh, but remember the days when I like yearned for like I wanted a family and children and like dishes to do and laundry to do and like for people to care for. And I found my way to a joyful spirit about it again, and gratitude that, oh, I have, this husband and these children and running water, and I get to care for them in these ways. And so,
oh, can I share that lesson too? Like when I learned that lesson, because I was staying somewhere, and when you stay in a community, you all have the same chores. Some days you'll cook, some days you'll clean, some days you'll hold space. Right? But no job is below us. All jobs are of us. But I'm staying at this farm, and I do not want to do trash duty because we're living off the grid, and we have to literally go through the trash. We're having to pick out tampons that people brought. It's not fun. And you, because you're not supposed to bring trash there. So I remember though the lesson I learned there, because I tried to hide, and what I did is I went to the shawl and I tried to clean extra so that I wouldn't be caught not doing this. But really what I realized is like I was too clean for the trash. And it's just this practice. Anyways, I have this tattoo that reminds me of Shri, which is luminosity, beauty, and I have it on my right arm because of that, because it's like if I ever catch myself doing anything, and that's the practice of Shri also, as the beauty that we are and that we practice, is everything is of us. So whether we're picking a flower or I'm scrubbing the toilet, am I doing it with the same grace and beauty? And that's the practice. And so I love that you also practice that, because I'm also, anytime I catch myself, even if I'm like vacuuming or whatever it is, we're gonna slow down and like, oh, I love scrubbing this poop off this toilet. It just shift, and it does shift in your body, and like it does changes the experience, and then it brings again more abundance because of the way that we're feeling all of the time. Yeah, it's so fun. I love that you pointed that out.
Yes. I am curious. You've used the word soul several times. This podcast is the heart of the soul. And I'm curious if you could share with me, everyone has sort of a slightly different definition of soul, or how they might describe soul to someone else.
Oh, I've never been asked that or thought of that before. Okay, let me bring
Don't feel pressure.
No, I don't feel pressure. Don't put that pressure on me. I didn't feel that. Okay, what is soul to me? My soul is the untouched, pure part of me. The soul is the place that is connected to all that is intuitively good or aware, or and the soul to me is that light, or that speaking. Is it the nervous system? Yeah, maybe nervous system. I also feel like is that's spirit to me. Like if I feel through my body, soul is that just of me. Soul feels like just
before you were in this body. Will it be there after?
Well, yeah. I mean, well, it always goes with me. Well, I am the soul.
Yes.
This is just a temporary that soul, but that soul never changes. The lesson of which that soul wants to learn will change dependent on the body that will help me learn that lesson. Yeah. But I do believe that now, that I truly believe that this is just a beautiful game. It's a beautiful opportunity, and just like when you die, you can put the game back in at any time. It's not really over, and it's always a choice. I love it. Yeah, soul is all. Yeah, aren't we? We're just working to remember the soul. are we just working to bring that soul back to full embodiment? And forget about the body? Just remember the soul. Oh, I love that movie, The Soul. I said it's called Soul.
Movie
Is it not?
Soul? I don't know. Now I'm gonna have to look it up.
The kids movie. Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna have to look it up.
I'm gonna cry. Okay. Dude, go watch it. You all watch it. Okay, and I know you all have if you're watching this, but it's that, this the whole movie's based off of you coming down and learning what brings joy. What brings joy? That's what brings you back to your souls when you find your spark. Wow. Your spark. And so the whole movie is like, oh, I think I'm supposed to have this. No, everybody has anyways.
Sweet. I'll have to look it up. Maybe I'll put a link in the show notes.
No shoulds, but you definitely could. And you definitely could watch this movie because there's a lot of, I feel like, deep remembrance in that.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you would like to share about today?
I'm trying to remember. You're leading the talk show because I just want to ask you about you.
Well, you can. I appreciate.
No, thank you. I appreciate. I'm noticing that being in this space with you and understanding that of what you are working hard to create makes me feel really joyful and excited and thankful that you feel that calling so much into your life, that you're bringing that of community and trust and strength to so many women and people. Just thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Oh. You're so beautiful. I see your magnificence right now.
We were both trembling looking at each other.
As we close, then I will keep put in the show notes all the links, but I would also love for you to speak out loud where people can find you and follow you and receive your gifts.
Kassandra Miller. You can find me on Facebook or Instagram on Cheeky Colonics. Think about it cheeky. I want to make your gut nice and happy, so it's Cheeky Colonics. And find me on there. I have yoga and I do space holding. We do sound healings, sound baths, a lot of different community events, workshops of making our own medicines and teas. If any of this calls to you, or even if you're a facilitator or a space holder that my energy feels aligned with, please reach out, as I'm also looking to build community and find others that vibrate the same way. So thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you for tuning in and choosing to spend time with me today. I hope that you enjoyed this episode of The Heart of the Soul. I would truly appreciate if you might choose to leave a rating, review, or share the show with someone that you know. You can support this podcast by donating to it using the PayPal or Venmo links. If you have stories that you to share on The Heart of the Soul, please send me an email through my website. I would love to hear from you. If you would like to work with me, I have both one-on-one and group offerings, online and in person. Find out more on my website, birthingnova.love. If you're listening on Spotify, you can now even send me a voice message. Until next time, remember, be brave, be loved, be wild, be you, because you are the only you, and be the change that you seek for yourself and for the generations to come. Sending each of you so much love. Love, love, love. Mwah.